Hello, my name is Kjelcher and welcome to Animal Cell. In this video, you will learn about the parts of the animal cell and their functions. Let's get started. This is a diagram of an animal cell. Cells are microscopic particles that are the building blocks of life. Cells are the smallest structure that contains all the basic things necessary for life to even exist. Since cells are so important to life, there's a theory all about them. So the cell theory tells us that every organism or living thing is made up of cells. Some very tiny living things only need one cell, and that is all of the things necessary for life exist happen inside a cell. And lastly, all cells come from pre-existing cells. This means that each cell will divide into at some point in its life. We will start from the outside and work our way. In the gray sac holding the cell is the plasma or cell membrane. Each type of cell has a membrane and acts like the skin of the cell. It keeps the inside of the cell safe from the outside of the cell and only allows some materials to enter. If the plasma membrane acts as a cell skin, then the thin green rods acts as a structure. These are called microtubules. They provide the shape of the cell and hold the organelles in place. The red T is called a centrosome and is made up of two perpendicular. Each centriole is made up of 27 microtubules. In a special shape, centrioles are the most important in cell division. The orange chain just beneath the cell membrane is called microfilaments. They act as a skeleton of the cell. Also, they help the cell to keep its shape and allow the cell to move, especially in the muscle cells. The microfilaments allows muscles to contract when you flex. This is called the cytoplasm. Every kind of cell has a cytoplasm. The cytoplasm acts as a security system of the cell and surrounds and holds the other organelles in place, and it pushes out of the cell membrane. The small gray dots floating in the cytoplasm are called ribosomes. Each type of cell has ribosomes. They are known as the handyman of the cell. They create specific proteins that are used to repair other parts of the cell. The big red ball is called a nucleus, and it's the biggest organelle in the cell. The nucleus carries the majority of the cell's DNA. DNA is the genetic information of the cell, and it tells the cell what kind it should be and when it will divide. In this way, the nucleolus is like the brain of the cell and controls the growth and the multiplication of the cell. The middle of the nucleus is called the nucleolus. The nucleolus has the main job of building ribosomes for the cell. After the ribosomes are built, they are transported out into the cytoplasm to work as a handyman of the cell. The orange and blue smiles are called mitochondria, which are famously called the powerhouse of the cell. They are called the powerhouse of the cell because they turn organic material into energy that helps the cell move and divide. The first one we will talk about is the purple one called the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. It is used to metabolize lipids in the cell, and it helps the cell to detox the unwanted materials. The other endoplasmic reticulum is called the rough endoplasmic reticulum. It is rough because it is covered with bumpy ribosomes, and this ribosome makes specific proteins that are transported in small sacs called vesicles. The red bumps of the cell are called vesicles. They are transport vehicles that moves proteins and other materials between locations in the cell. The green block is the Golgi apparatus. It is called the post office of the cell. It modifies, sorts, and packages different materials to leave the cell or to be used within. The Golgi apparatus receives proteins delivered by vesicles from the rough endoplasmic reticulum. The orange halves in the cytoplasm are called lysosomes. Lysosomes are the type of vesicle formed by the Golgi apparatus. Lysosomes have powerful enzymes that break down harmful cell material and waste and transport it out of the cell. So, to summarize things up, the parts of the animal cell are the plasma or cell membrane, microtubules, centrosomes, microfilaments, cytoplasm, ribosomes, nucleus, nucleolus, mitochondria, smooth endoplasmic reticulum, rough endoplasmic reticulum, vesicles, Golgi apparatus, and lysosomes. This is a time-lapse of myself on making a 3D diagram of animal cell. That was all the parts of the animal cell. Thank you for watching.